Okay, so we're back at the Nether Hub. In the last video I did say we'd go to the gold farm, but what I've decided is I'm going to give you a quick whistle stop tour of all the farms we built, starting with the flower forest. I finally got round to building it. It's taken me so long to actually get myself sorted, but anyway, it's done now. It's working really well. How many flowers do you really need? They only make dye, so I've got enough, but I'm planning on making a concrete factory at some point, so it'd be nice to have flowers in stock ready to make dye, to colour up all the concrete. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll stop the recording now, I'll fly over to the forest and I'll start again when we get there. So I'll see you in a second. Right, so here we are at the flower forest. As you can see around me, there's loads and loads of flowers all over the place. And I've built a little portal there, and right behind the portal, there's a little flower farm. Yeah, it's really quite simple. Well, I'll run you over there and I'll show you how it works. Right, so you come round this side, and it's a really simple setup. A nice little platform of earth. There's pistons running down that side, and underneath, which you can't see at the moment, there are dispensers. There's 3 of them under here, and they're dispensing. Oh, where are we? Here we go. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. They're dispensing bone meal underneath the earth, which is okay because the bone meal travels through and stuff grows on top of the dirt. So I flick that switch, it starts off a clock, actually goes that way round, which fires those pistons, backwards and forwards, while the dispensers bone meal. So it gets a little bit noisy, but let's give it a go. As I say, it gets a little bit noisy, so we won't run it long. But as you see, it's grown loads and loads of flowers, seeds, grass, all kinds of stuff, but now we've got to collect it. So I've got a little waterway running down there to a hopper, and the way to activate that is to press that button, and it shoots water out of those dispensers, and then press it again and it sucks all the water back. So now everything's been washed down and we're ready to go again, and we just turn it off. As you can see, it's quite effective. Flush them down. And it's all ready to go again. So take a quick trundle around here, and everything comes washing down here, ends up down here, and as you can see the flowers are still going in. It collects up a nice lot, and then it will collect up the seeds as well. And what I've been doing with the seeds is I've got a chest going into a hopper, the hopper goes into a composter, and the composter goes into a hopper, into a chest, so I get bone meal. So if I throw all the seeds in there, I get something I can use to power the flower farm. So it's not self-sustaining, because the seeds don't produce anything like enough bone meal to keep it going, but they do supplement what I need to find. So I just take that stack out quickly, and yeah, just chuck it into there, and you watch down there, and it just keeps going. So any kind of vegetable waste, leaves that I don't want or anything like that, I can just pop into this chest and turn it into bone meal, which helps my flowers go. And then I take all these flowers back to the central hub and they all get turned into dye. So yeah, it's quite a nice little flower farm, really simple, just does what I need it to do. So now we finished that one, I think I'll take you over and show you the creeper farm. The creeper farm and the little cobblestone generator. That's another nice little jobby just for a single player type person. It produces more than enough cobblestone without any real difficulty. So let's give it a go. Right, so here we are at the cobblestone farm and the creeper farm. To the right behind me, that's a little smelter. It runs on bamboo. The bamboo's picked up by the mine carts, dropped into hoppers, which then distribute it out into the furnaces. And there's another double chest there. You just pop what you want smelted, you know, glass or whatever, or sand I should say, and it just auto smelts it, so that's nice and easy. But right behind me, as you can probably see if I squat down, there's a creeper farm right up the top there, which is really quite fun. So I'll take you up there, but before we go up there, I'll quickly show you the cobblestone farm. So we'll just take a quick trundle around here. It's not very far, it's literally just over here. So the way this one works is you take your pick and you stand right up against it, and you quietly, oh hang on, sometimes this sets off my fireworks. Right, so you just pick that centre block and you just pick away and you just keep going. So you set up an auto clicker on your mouse and you can get an amazing amount of cobblestone in no time at all. It's just hacking it away. There's a lava source up above with water next to it, and it just turns the lava straight into cobblestone. And yeah, as I say, we just keep chopping away, and that all gets saved in the chest there. And well, yeah, you need a lot of chests because it really does get through a lot, well, produce a lot of cobblestone. We'll quickly run over to the creeper farm. This bit here is yeah, just because I could. I didn't really need any reason for it, or I just thought I'd pop some chorus fruit there and see what happens. So it's grown quite nice. It's always a chance that I might need it in the future, but at the moment I've no need for it, but it's nice to have it there. Good old Philippine flag. So what we do, we go in here. It's one of these farms, unfortunately it's all sealed in at the top, so I can't actually fly up to it. But what I do is I'll come back to you when I'm at the top, because it's a long way up. Oh, while I'm here, I might as well show you this. The way this works is we've got, hang on, let's get out here a little bit. Up there we've got platforms, and right on the edges of the platforms there's trapdoors that the creepers can fall off of, and they land on these platforms. There's 4 of these going around, and underneath the platforms there's a hopper mine cart that runs around on rails and collects up all the drops. Unfortunately it's not just creepers that fall. It turns out we've got spiders as well. So we've got a huge amount of string, but it'll do. Anyway, I'll come back to you when I'm at the top. Right, so now I'm at the top of the farm. Generally creeper farms, they work by either putting a cat at the back of the platform, which will scare the creepers forward, because for some reason creepers are scared of cats. Or they're washed off. You may be out here in the background, my kind of alternative to that. I decided to use snowmen, because I just kind of thought that was quite funny. Yeah, snowmen don't like creepers, so they throw snowballs at them, which upsets the creepers, and the creepers come rushing forward to beat up the snowmen and fall off the edge, and they fall down the holes. Same with the spider. Oh, there goes one. Yeah, the same with the spiders, they'll fall off the edge. Because there's a trapdoor, you can't actually see it from here, but there's trapdoors along the edges, and they think, oh, there goes a creeper. They think they can get to the snowman, which they can't. Here goes another one, and they just keep falling off. It would be more efficient to use cats or water washers or whatever other method, but not quite as much fun. And this really does work well. It's amazing. It goes one, where he's going to fall off. Yeah, two of them. Yeah, so they fall off. They drop gunpowder down the bottom. I turn the gunpowder. Oh, let's come back into this. I turn the gunpowder into my rockets and TNT, and yeah, everyone's happy, apart from the creepers. There was another snowman there. Occasionally, a spider will climb up the walls, climb across the roof, and drop down onto them. When I say occasionally, I think this farm's been running for possibly a month, and I think I've lost 2 snowmen in that time. So, you know, it's not a regular occurrence. And I do tend to bring my bow up here if I'm kind of AFKing but still sitting around. I'm quite happy to have my bow and just do a little bit of target practice, but surprisingly there's very few spiders. But quite often they'll lodge up in the corners, and they're basically just taking up the mob count, which means less creepers can spawn. But as it stands at the moment, they're doing quite well. So anyway, that's that lot. I think what we'll do now is we'll quickly pop over to one of the other farms. I'm thinking what we might do is we'll pop over to the trader village, because there's quite a few little farms over there. What I've tried to do all the way through is use different mechanics for most of the farms. So just to see which ones work, what does work, what doesn't work, and the ones that don't work you're not going to see because I've ripped most of them apart. Anyway, let's go to the desert. Right, I've just had a quick thought. I've just taken you up there just to have a quick look at what's going on, and I didn't actually... Oh, hello, there's a little skeleton behind me. Anyway, I'm not too worried about him. I'm nice and safe. He can't see me, I can see him. I'm behind glass, so it's no great problem. But yeah, what I thought I'd do is I'll quickly show you the results that you get from the... or I get from the gunpowder farm. So yeah, I've got a little bit of gunpowder. As you can see, there's a bit of string comes through. When I say a bit of gunpowder, it's yeah, it is quite effective for sorting out gunpowder. I've got a few bits and pieces of it, so it's certainly enough to keep me going anyway. Probably keep half a server going, but right, so we're out of there, and we'll wander back over to here. I've had a quick change of heart. We're not going to go to the desert village. I think we'll go to the trader village. I think that'll be more interesting. There's quite a few more little micro farms and not quite so micro farms there. So let's go over to the trader village. Okay, so we've just arrived at the trader village. It's the first village that I found where I actually did anything. It was, yeah, I didn't quite know about the mechanics of trading, so this was a great starter for us. Understood, you know, how to breed them, how to get the trades up. I don't particularly use them for trading much now. I've actually got a better trading system elsewhere. But yeah, this was our first place, and this is where I did most of the experiments for the different farms. So like the first one, a nice little chicken coop. This produces lots and lots of feathers, cooked chicken, and occasionally raw chicken. I've been taking the chicken out and using it elsewhere. I've got no great use for feathers. You can only really use them for making arrows, and I've got skeleton farms for that, so these will probably end up just getting thrown away. But anyway, they do quite okay there. It's a nice little chicken coop. Okay, I've got a little diamond horse and an iron horse over here. But anyway, yeah, so that's those. If we go up this way, oh no, we go this way. it's this kind of expanded. I put a fence all the way around the village when I first got here. I've now had to expand it a few times. Right, so what we've got here is a little automatic melon and pumpkin farm. Melons or pumpkins grow on this mud, pistons pop out, push them off. There's literally only 6 plants of each, but they're producing a few pumpkins, plenty of melons. Occasionally pumpkins end up in a melon box or vice versa. Yeah, so but it doesn't really matter. It's all the same. It's easy enough to sort that out. Nice little bee farm. Yeah, I'm not going to bother going in there because there's a better bee farm that I've already shown you. Yeah, the obligatory cow crusher and the sheep crusher. You can only have 24 items in this block, so once you get past that they die. So if I feed these cows or feed the sheep, they breed, get little baby ones. The baby ones stay where they are, but the older ones die, and then the leather and the meat gets collected down below, so all ready to be cooked. You can hear all these sheep in the background. What you can do is you can shear a sheep and dye the wool. I did it the other way round. I dyed the sheep and then sheared them. So this is an automatic sheep shearing thing. Unfortunately, it's a little bit too efficient, so will you get out the way? So now I'm losing it because I've got too many. It just works too well. But yeah, I've got every colour. There's 16 colours in Minecraft, so I've got 16 sheep all dyed up with different colours, and as you can see, I've marked each one with the colours. The putty cats like me, they follow me around. Yeah, little wheat field. We kind of get these villagers being really scared every so often, so they keep producing golems. So what I've had to do in strategic places, I've had to, I don't know if you can see it, I've had to drop some lava into corners, and then every so often it seems to be where the golems hang out round the back of these places, and then when they get killed, oh hello. Yeah, so I've got a little mini iron farm. I had to do it just really to try and keep the numbers down because it was getting really laggy around here with the amount of entities. So we'll go round this side. So there's my little bee farm. We'll leave that alone. Don't know if you can see in the windows. Oh well, it's full of flowers and things. This contraption here, automatic tree farm. I'm not going to show it because I'm not set up for it, but you put bone meal in the back here, you flick it on and it pumps out bone meal. You put saplings here, when the bone meal hits the saplings, they grow. They can only grow up as high as that block. That pushes the whole tree forward. Plant another sapling, keeps going. When it reaches the end, this lot pushes it all that way, so eventually this whole cobblestone area fills up, and you take your axe and yeah, you hack away at it and you chop it all down. So I'm going to make a new farm, basically the same as this, but with, on the end here, I'm going to have a TNT duper, so I can drop TNT on it and harvest it that way, because I'm fed up having to kind of keep chopping it down, and I think blowing things up is quite fun. So that'll be the easiest way to do that. Again, cactus farm. This I've got it set up producing bone meal at the moment. I'm going to change that. I'm going to swap it out. I want the cactus now. I actually want quite a bit of green dye, because you put green and blue together, you get the cyan, and I can get some nice coloured concrete. Okay, so I've just realised if I keep going, this video is going to be so long, it's going to be silly. So I'm going to stop it here, and I'm going to make this part 1, and then I'll pick it up again later on, and I'll make part 2, which will include the iron farm and the long promised gold farm. I promise we will get there in the next one. So anyway, for now, that's it. I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.